What up, Brody?
What up, bro?
Show episode 5, man. We made it. We made it, man. Episode 5. What up, man?
Shit, chilling, bro. Chilling. Glad
It's
to
the
be here.
Calm Show. Cannabis, art, literature, music, man. Brought to you by yours truly and my co-host 703.
Yeah.
Bro. What up, bro?
What up? What up? What up? How you doing?
What's good with the community this week? You usually take care of our community shout outs and let us know what's going on in the cannabis community. So what you got for us this
Man,
week, man?
we got all kinds of crazy stuff going on this week.
Yeah.
But,
How
yeah,
was your week though? How was your week? Was it a hectic week? Was it
it was
how
pretty
was it?
good, man. I
Yeah.
can't complain. Stayed pretty busy with work. Uh, we had a couple nights where it was like bad weather, so we were able to capitalize on that. Got a couple accidents to the yard, so I can't complain, man. I'm blessed.
Couple accidents.
Yeah, people crashed out. I mean, when I get them to the yard, I bill the insurance. It's a little more lucrative that way. You know what I'm saying?
Shout out to the chat too, man. I see Elway in the chat. Much love, L. Shout out to L. We got some good segments for y'all, man. You know, we focus on this show. We focus on cannabis, art, literature, and music. And when it comes to the art, literature, and music, we typically like to go far back. You know, some of the contemporary, even ancient stuff. You know, so we always like to have fun when it comes to those segments. But our first segment is always the cannabis, which we know is the community segment as well. So, um, as far as cannabis, I know there's a lot of cannabis news going on. 703 got some stuff for us. What you got, man?
All right. So, in politics, one of the bigger stories of the week is Tennessee has a bill that would legalize marijuana for adults, which sponsors say could bring in millions of dollars of tax revenue for the state.
You said what was it?
Tennessee has a bill that would legalize marijuana for adults.
Oh, Tennessee.
Yeah, Tennessee does. So,
Shout out to Tennessee, man.
yeah, that's pretty
Shout
lit.
out to Tennessee. All of these states kind of moving towards legalization. Tennessee, that's the South, the dirty.
Yeah,
So
you're
it's
down
always
there.
it's always a
You're
good
down there
sign
in the
when the
Bible
dirty
Belt.
South is moving towards legalization. What'd you say?
It's down in the Bible Belt, so that's a big move for them. I'm sure Tennessee residents are going to be pretty happy about that.
Yeah, yeah,
And
man.
then,
Tennessee. Ooh, excuse me. Tennessee is one of them places, man. Deep, dirty South, and you know, typically we don't see when it comes to the South, we don't see much transition into cannabis legalization. So it's like you said, man. That's a good sign to see them taking some steps for adult legalization. Tennessee, man, that's pretty big news for them.
no, that's huge
I,
for them.
I've been to Chattanooga, man. I used to, I traveled when I was younger for work, and we stayed in Chattanooga, Tennessee, man. It was
I think that's one of the states on this side that I haven't been to yet, to be honest with you.
Tennessee.
I might have drove through, but I don't think I ever went nowhere like in Tennessee per se.
Yeah, Chattanooga was one of my surprisingly one of my. I like that city, man. I like Chattanooga. It was small. It was really small, but we had fun while we was there. It was tiny. But we had fun while we was there. We met people and we made connections, and so shout out to Chattanooga, Tennessee. Nate, if Nate is in the chat, he was with me in Chattanooga. We had a good time. So what else we got in the cannabis news?
Another one that something interesting is Florida Republican senator refiles the medical marijuana home grow bill, and this time they've removed all the unrelated hemp product restrictions. So it looks like they're actually trying to make some movement down there in Florida as well.
So what do they got going on in Florida? They're trying to remove. Let me see. They put in
They're
a new bill.
they removed all the unrelated hemp product restrictions. So a Republican lawmaker in Florida has reintroduced a proposal that would allow medical marijuana patients in the state to grow up to two cannabis plants at home. This time without separate provisions he had included in prior legislation that would have also cracked down on hemp-derived cannabinoids in the state.
Okay, got you. So it would have banned, if they didn't pass that bill, it would have been banned to sell Delta 8 or Delta 9 products, period. So I guess they made some sort of man. They
Yeah,
really a lot of these states are really like scratching the surface, or they're barely like scratching the surface. They really like inching towards making a choice and a decision. It's interesting, man, how complicated they make the topic of weed, man.
yeah. I mean, it was so taboo for so long, man. It doesn't surprise me that they complicated it all. Like,
Yeah,
I feel like a lot of it all comes down to with them just trying to figure out how they're going to be able to make money off of it personally.
yeah, of course. They want to capitalize, man. They want to make sure big business, big pharma, everybody's involved, man, for big money to circulate. Yeah. So Florida, huh? I don't know. That's weird to me, man, because Florida is such a huge, like, you know how much money they would make if they legalize weed recreational. All the tourist money they get already is like, bro, that would just add. It's sort of like California. Like California was smart enough to make that decision a long time ago. The big sort of tourist, they got a lot of touristy big cities, LA, and
Oh yeah,
so they got a lot.
yeah. And from what I've heard, because I haven't been to LA yet, but I've heard there's some pretty much dispensaries on every corner. Some areas out there, like they're making pretty big money off of that in California.
Yeah, they figured I mean, it's common sense, really. Like, grab some of that. Like, weed will literally make a normal, regular city become a tourist destination. Just legalizing it, like people will come from different places just to experience your state on weed. Like your city or whatever, your state, whatever. Uh, but it's like,
I mean, that's just like Amsterdam, right, bro? Like everybody goes to Amsterdam because of the coffee shops with the weed in it.
yeah, right. I'm sure people even from over here travel all the way to travel all the way
I
to
mean, I
Europe.
mean, I mean, me personally, I picked up a tow truck in Salt Lake City, Utah one time. I went 4 hours out of my way just to stop in Denver to experience the scene out there. You know what I mean? Like, so
Go Beard. What up, Go Beard? Lil Do in the chat.
people are all over the place when it comes
King
to
Mike in the chat.
that. Shout out to y'all, man. Thanks for joining us.
Team
But
Zaza in the building.
to
Man
summarize
Roster,
that,
what up? Shout out to Man Roster, man. Thank you for the
yeah,
subscribe,
shout
man. Much
out.
love,
Oh,
bro.
yeah.
T Pondra in the building. Shout out to the gang, man. Much love, y'all. Yeah, I wonder if I'm live on YouTube. Y'all let me know. I try to go live on YouTube simultaneously here. We might be live on Instagram too. I don't know. We live on Twitch right now
Yeah.
for show, for sure.
We're live on Instagram through my page as well. We got people.
Oh, I don't think I started mine, so maybe I gotta actually start it and click go live, right?
Yeah, you could go live and now you'll be live as well.
There we go. And we're officially live on Instagram now. Okay, I like it. I like it. What about Facebook? YouTube. Let's see. Do I have to go into YouTube and click
You
live?
probably have to start it there. While you figure that out, though, to summarize what's going on in Florida, the new bill filed on Friday would allow for state registered patients 21 and older to grow 2 plants for personal use, provided they first apply for and obtain a certificate from the State Department of Agriculture Customer Services.
I like that, man. Shout out to YouTube. Yeah, shout out to my YouTube team Zaza. See y'all, man. Much love to y'all, man. So we'll stream here simultaneously, man. I like it, man. We on Instagram, we on YouTube, we on Twitch, and this is the Com Show. We bring to you community, art, literature, and music. And for my YouTubers, it's community, right? For my Twitch, it's the cannabis segment. So much love to y'all. Thank y'all for rocking with us. And so cannabis, let's talk about it, man.
Hold
What you
on,
got going?
couple more news things, real quick. This is real
Yeah.
big. We won't go too deep into them.
Nah, that's cool. I don't mind. We can talk about the Canada news for sure.
So, there's a survey that shows NHL players are choosing marijuana and video games over alcohol and partying, with
Wow.
with 2/3 of the NHL players using edibles this season.
So, and this is specifically for hockey players?
Yeah, this is specifically for the National Hockey League, which is like the Major League Hockey. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, so it says that hockey players are putting down. They're replacing. What is it? They're replacing weed and video games for what?
For alcohol and partying.
Oh shit!
For
That's
leisure.
That's a good trade. Hey, listen, if that's a good trade off, throw some girls in the chat, man.
Yeah.
Throw some girls in the chat if you think that's a good trade off. Weed and video games traded for alcohol and partying. Hey man, we got some party animals out there, man. You might not want to give up their partying, man.
So when asked,
Elway been known to cut a rug in his day. You feel me?
Yeah.
He might not be ready to put that thing down.
I don't know, man. That's what they're doing in the
Despicable Dad, what up, man? Shout out to you. That was our community highlight last week for the cannabis segment. Much love, gang.
Thanks for joining us.
Shout out to Dabs, man. He always showing love, always showing support. And one of the first to press that Boondocks glue. I'd love to have him on the show one day. We can talk about some of his, experiences in the community and, whatever.
Absolutely.
Whatever. I'm all about the people's people. We the people's people, man. You know?
Shout out to the gang.
Shout out to the
So another interesting thing in cannabis news this week, as far as culture, NFL adopts a new marijuana policy for players. It's reducing fines and increasing THC limits for drug pets.
There you go.
So
there you go. Shout out to Goldbeard for the sub. Thank you, sub. Thank you, Goldbeard, for the subscription, man. Thank you for the sub, man. Much love. Make sure y'all sub up too, man, if you want to support. But no, that's awesome news. So 703 said that athletes, is this all sports or just the NBA or what is it?
This is for the NFL, and the previous one for
football.
Yep. The previous one was the NHL. So effective Friday, the THC limit the amount you can have in your body would increase from 150 mLs to 350 mLs.
So 150 milliliters to 350 milliliters. They increased the amount of THC that you can be tested for. That's cool. And, basically reducing some restrictions and allowing more leniency when it comes to THC. That's pretty dope, man. Let's get the logo.
So the penalties will be reduced, because they say they're reducing fines too. If they test positive, they'll reduce it to 15,000 for the first, and the second it'll be 20,000, and then the third offense they'll lose a full game, and then fourth offense would be a 2-game fine.
All right, that's pretty good, man. I'm telling you, slowly but surely, we are making progress towards legalization and towards something positive, man. Something, we gotta make progress, man. That's what it's about.
Another cool one here that I was reading earlier.
What up?
DoorDash will now deliver hemp, CBD, and THC products in response to growing demand to help customers unwind and recharge.
Oh, that's fire. Yeah, so DoorDash is now gonna allow people to have weed delivered?
Yeah, they announced on Thursday that it's expanding its offerings in select states to include hemp-derived THC and CBD products, including gummies and beverages. So edibles basically is what it looks like. You'll be able to get edibles.
Oh, mainly edibles.
Yeah,
That's still pretty cool, man.
yeah, it's pretty dope.
That's pretty
So
cool. So they
it's a
probably will allow that here. I'm sure it's probably only going to be in recreational states. Right?
yeah, absolutely. So they
Probably
said
only be
edible customers can now order a variety of hemp-derived THC and CBD products from merchants like Dashmart. The company said the fulfillment platform is partnering with businesses such as Total Wine, ABC, Fine Wine, and Spirits, and others.
And what's that? What are they talking about? Liquor and weed?
Yeah, you can already get liquor on there, dog. They'll drop it off. Well, wine and beer.
What do you just show your ID when they get there?
Yeah, you show your ID when they get there. They take a picture of it, you know.
Yeah.
I wonder where they're piloting it. They didn't really say where they're piloting it yet, though. It just said select cities. So
Yeah, probably recreational states, like that.
it's
Recreation.
definitely California, probably Michigan. Those would be the first two. I mean, they're pretty relaxed on their laws, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, that's shit. That seems like some really good advancements all this week when it comes to cannabis, man. That's pretty cool, man.
Now we're giving you the good. I got one bad to give for him, too.
A bad one. What's bad?
So, despite sweeping updates to Facebook policies in favor of free expression, restrictions on marijuana related accounts remain. So, the Zuck is still being a cuck.
Oh man, so they reinforced, they confirmed what we've been going through and made it official. Like when it comes to we specifically, they targeting social media accounts, specifically Facebook and the metaverse, the meta world, meaning Facebook, Instagram, that whole Zucker world.
Yep.
Mm.
So,
Dad, what up, Dad? Shout out to my brother Dad, man.
I know everybody's noticed all the profiles dropping out. If you got anything like my inbox, you got deleted user popping up in between people. So
Yo, I'm gonna be real with you. That they done took my page. The last 3 times they took it, I don't even really get a chance to dispute it because they don't allow me. But for some reason I have a direct email communication with Instagram where when I lost my main page like 4 or 5 years ago, they email me. So when I lose it, ever since I've lost my pages since then, I never got that one back, by the way. Ever since I lose them since then, I'll email this thing. And every time I email it and be like, yo, what the fuck? Y'all took my page, but I can't dispute it. And then they'll respond with an email saying, yo, that's my fault, our mistake, your page is back. And I'm like, bro, that's like some investigation type shit going on where they taking these pages. This is what I feel. Looking into them, really doing some real due diligence and looking up and down and who owns what and who's doing what and how these pages are operating in relation to what we do and determining if you worth keeping an eye on for real, for real. So that's what I think it comes down to.
this is what I think, especially in like your case here, because I know you don't post nothing. Like you hadn't posted nothing in a while on there, like cannabis related for sure, you know. So like they pick and choose who they want to mess with, like, and it also comes down to like probably people reporting you haters are everywhere, man. You got to be careful who you line yourself up with in this community, man. And that's the sad thing. And nobody really talks about that, you know. You got to be real careful who you deal with because, like, they'll smile at you in your face, and then first chance they get to stomp your back, and it might happen, you know.
Look, that's a good place. That's a good place to keep the segment going, right? We talk about this segment being cannabis. This is our cannabis segment, but we also talk about how it's interchangeable with the word community, and we have to use the word community not only because we represent community, in the cannabis space, but for the fact that to stay within people, social media platforms guidelines, right? We want to keep our channels monetized, and at least certain channels monetized. And in order to do that, we got to move a certain way, and it sucks, but that's just the way it rolls. And you gotta. It's more than one way to skin a cat. So, um, community is what we use interchangeably, what we represent. So, how does a new person? This is the most important thing. How does a new person navigate this community? This community, because from a new person standpoint, it's intimidating. It's a lot that goes on. It's a lot happening, and some of them might just come in with a simple, man, I just really want to find some seeds, and I really want to grow it.
Right. Well, I tell all the new people I talk to all the time, don't be scared to put yourself out there, right? Like you have to get out there and actually mingle with the people. And I mean, I suggest doing the 3 L's, like you say all the time, You look, you listen, you learn, and you stay back in the cut, and just kind of interact with people, and you'll see who's about what, and watch the YouTube videos, and you'll know the questions to ask these breeders before you buy your seeds to be able to make informed decisions and not have to wonder if you're just buying something that somebody's trying to make money, or if you're actually getting quality genetics.
There you go. Well, that's the genetics aspect to it. The breeders and the pollen chuckers and the brands that
Well,
also
yeah,
in the seed banks, right? Seed banks
yeah,
play a major role too.
I feel like that's a major thing that is very attractive for a new grower, but it's not necessarily the best thing for them because they're going to spend a lot of money that they might not necessarily need to spend. Like, I know when I first started getting into the Instagram community, I'm not ashamed to admit it, I spent so much money just getting stuff, and you can only grow so much at once, especially if you're following the rules that are in front of you. So
I'm gonna
like,
tell you, it's so many avenues that you got to navigate here. You got to navigate, and think about somebody who's just here to find seeds, right? They just want to find seeds because they don't really know where to get them. So they just want to grow. They just want to find seeds. But you got to navigate the breeders, the pollen chuckers, the seed banks, the influencers, the companies, all of these different um, aspects coming at you, the scammers, right? All of these different things coming at you from different angles. And sometimes they don't align with each other, and it can cause chaos in the community when we think in terms of a new person, a new consumer, a new grower having a streamlined process as simple as possible to just get some knowledge, some good genetics, and some support in growing, and it should be that simple, but it's way more complicated because of all of the agenda to make money. That's what it's about.
absolutely. And you see whatever somebody's paying for you to see most of the time on Instagram. When you're a new grower, the ads, those are all paid. So like they can put whatever they want in front of you. That doesn't necessarily mean it's the best way to go about doing things, or it's something you have to have. So just do your research is the main thing I tell a new grower is like you have to know what you need before you try to go get it. A deal, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah. No, it's important for a new person to find the right surround his or herself around the right people.
Yeah,
That's
find
why I
your tribe. Find your
yeah,
tribe, right?
there you go. That's what I used to always tell them. Find your tribe. That's literally the most important aspect to community is finding the right people to surround yourself, and then the process will be a much more streamlined process where you can learn in a healthy environment and just, make the right connections, meet the right people, kind of have fun with it versus being a target. You know, a lot of these companies and influencers target the people who don't know as much or um, the less influential. You know, we typically tend to hear some of the hugest influencers. We get a chance to hear their perspectives, right, when it comes to what they feel like should be promoted or marketed, right? And sometimes that may not be in the best, it may not be the best for the new person, but
Yeah, I agree
ultimately,
100%.
ultimately, it's about finding that group, that tribe, like 703 said.
Yeah, I mean, there's so much gimmick. Like all these products basically do the same thing. So I mean, you just go with something you're gonna try, and like stick with it until it's done. And if you don't like how it works, try something else. Make sure you're taking notes. So taking notes is very important, especially if you want to improve. In my opinion, it's very very important to have that data to be able to look back at. I mean, every time I grow something, I try to improve on the last time I grew. None of us are experts by any means as far as this goes. Like
Yep.
growing weed, I mean, each strain grows differently. Like we're all pretty proficient at it, I would say, but you have to just learn how to read the plant, learn your deficiencies. That's a big thing for new people. They don't understand how to read the plant, in my opinion.
Shout out to Vince, man. First time chat, man. Thank you for rocking with us, Vince. Yeah. So he had a question for the com show, and he said, "Just starting my breeding journey. Any tips?" Ooh, that's a good one, man. So
Yes.
for I'm gonna give you, I'll let 703 give you some tips first. What would your tips be for Vance 703?
My the tips for Vance, I would say, would be um, make sure you're very familiar with both populations you decide to use. Um, as far as like the recessive traits and the ratios of like which alleles show, like make sure you're using a Punnett square. If you don't know what that is, go check out the videos on YouTube. Um, where we break it down for you. Just document everything. That's real important as well. Like you can't really know what you did if you don't have something to go back to. And try to keep pollen from the male and a mother of the female. That way you have the necessary tools to be able to lock in any traits you're looking for.
All right, that's good. That was some good advice, but see, he's a little advanced in his in his journey. So some of the words you may or may not, I don't know. If you're just starting out your journey, you may not or may be familiar with words like allele or homozygosity or heterozygosity, Punnett square, right? But if you're not familiar with those terms, then my tips to you would be build a strong foundation in understanding language, the languages that we use, right? And that you can find by starting with a list of keywords, right? Pedigree. Understand pedigree, look it up, understand the definition, practice a pedigree. Punnett square, that was a perfect one. Allele. These are words, and these are all videos that you can go. Matter of fact, that's the tip. Go watch
Yeah,
my videos. That's it.
that's it. Yeah,
That's it.
everything you need is over there, right?
Yeah, everything
So
you need is right over there. But if you want to build a strong foundation for sure, and then pull up to the Discord, man.
yeah,
Pull up to
and also if like the videos as in your way, like he said, you pull up to the Discord, and if you're really serious about it, you just inbox one of the team members about joining the team. We'll let you know how that happens too, and then you get more one-on-one that way.
Yeah, more group environment, Yeah, but build a foundation, man. Learn the book knowledge. Give yourself a good shot. Take your time. Don't rush it. Give yourself a good shot to get a good, strong foundation. Good 2 years in the books, type vibe. Or you could just rock with us, man. You could just rock with me. Pull up on me, man. I got you, man. We'll get you right, man.
Yeah, absolutely. We enjoy new people popping in the Discord. We're always happy to answer questions.
That's right.
It actually helps spark the excitement and keep that going, for like when you're brand new, because don't ever let that wear off. That's my other piece of advice I'll give you. Stay excited about it, man. Don't let your enthusiasm get worn down as you get more knowledgeable, because it's hard to get it back.
Yep. Unless you got a good mentor who tell you what's exactly going on and how to fix it, then you be straight. Then you be blessed, you be straight. But Dabs, exactly. That was exactly what I was thinking. Go to the videos. He took the thought right out of my head. The chat is live, man. Shout out to the chat, man. Shout out to Dabs, man. Look, I did a video. I think it might have been the last video I did with a review for the can thing, and I didn't know what it was at the time. Dabs was the first person who introduced the community to that. I didn't know nothing about it, didn't see nothing about it. He popped out with it, and it's a funny story because eventually, I don't know how it happened, but the guy, the owner, sent me. And it didn't work out, right? And it was an issue, long story short, with the heating pad. And so I told him I gave him my honest review. I told him, listen, it's an issue, the heating pad. And he was so graceful about it, right? He was like, man, I got you. I'm gonna go back to the drawing board and really do some research and look to see what's going on, and he went, and he came back like probably, I don't know how long later. This was a while ago, but he's like, yo, man, you were right. The heating pads were faulty. I'm back in the laboratory. I'm working on something. Just stay tuned. But I really appreciate you giving me an honest review, honest opinion. And he went, and then just recently, probably this is a couple years later now, I think. I don't know how. I'm terrible with time. Maybe a year later or something. He just reached out to me, and he told me all about the new heating pads, and they got a controller on it now, and da. And he said, yo, can you do me a justice and just try it again? And I said, yeah, of course, man, I'll try it again, man. But I'm gonna give you an honest opinion, man. But the fact that you went back and grinded it out, man, and went to and took the constructive criticism in the right way and went and fixed the issue. Long story short, I did it. I used the thing. It worked. It worked perfect, man. It worked fine. And the reason why I bring it up, because Dabs made me think of it, because he's the one who introduced the community to the joint. But I see a lot of comments. So this is really what was on my mind. And so I see a lot of comments talking to me about the thing, like, oh, well, for me, I use the shot glass, so, oh, who the hell would want to do all of these strains, grow a whole bunch of different strains? And, so for me, I think it's a perfect breeding tool for me, because for me, I'll have all the same strain, but different populations, so I'll grow, maybe 15 of all of the same strain, but all different ones. Now I could just germinate them all. So now I can look at them. I mean, I've done that before, but in a much less controlled way. So for me, it works fine. It actually is a really good tool to look at tap roots early on. So shout out to Can, man. I hope and the reason why I really wanted to go even beyond just trying it out and do a video, because that's not normally something I do, right? I normally don't. But for him, I wanted to do it because of the work and the effort and the grind that he put in the place and the position he put himself in from the last time I spoke to him when he had a faulty issue to now, where he grinded up, made connections, partnered up with people, built his following. So shout out to him, man. You can check that thing out. We're gonna have a coupon code soon, you know.
Yeah. And we got a giveaway coming up with them too. The details will be announced later, so stay tuned for that as well.
Yeah, the giveaway. And he even offered to he was like, yo, let me know if any of your guys on teams I want one. And I'll make sure once they go back in stock, I got y'all. So shout out to him, man. Make sure y'all support once they go back in stock. I'm sure they'll fly off the shelves again, man. So hey, who knows? One day maybe you will have made a product that will do away with the paper towel method. That's innovation, absolutely, man. And I salute that. I salute that for sure.
And I like how it comes with that chart where you can write down, and it's all numbered. So, like you said, for a breeder tool, it's going to be amazing because you're like constantly looking for different stuff from different populations, and you can have them all germinating at a very, very fast rate. I mean, that thing was impressive. But from the video I watched of yours, man, it was. I'm excited to try it out for sure.
And dude made a huge point, little dude. He was impressed that it did watermelon and tomato seeds. That's what I was like. Oh, it did the watermelon seeds. That's what really impressed me. So that's the thing too. So this is where it can get Mickey and where it can get tricky, because one thing I don't do and what I always preach and what I'm all about is not putting myself in a box and labeling it. In my opinion, if it was me, I would have never named it that. I would have never named it the Canna Can. You know what? The first time around, my video on YouTube got flagged, for advertisement, but I had to, once I disputed it, they have a human person look at it and they determine that, okay, it's nothing to do with nothing, but it could have been the name of the joint, the name of the product. But, the fact that I was in there germinating watermelon seeds and tomato seeds, you gotta, it's always, it's not what you do, it's how you do it. So, just keep that in mind. That's one thing. We never want to just put ourselves in a box, Absolutely. That thing can, but
it works great for fruits and vegetables. So,
shout out to you, Vance. You got the Limon Blanco going. Shout out to you. Shout out to Khalifa Genetics, my brother Aladdin over at Khalifa, man. Shout out to him, man.
He got the Blanco. I think your camera went out, so you got to switch.
Oh, okay. My fault, y'all. Little camera functionality was switch.
Oh shit. Put me up on that big screen. Shout out to y'all, man. Thanks for rocking with us. I was rolling up. Gotta get ready for the second half of this show. I hope you guys are enjoying being with us. So I'll be back momentarily. What's everybody smoking in the chat, man? Shout out to Strain Keepers, SB, Stay Lifted, Candyman, Oba, Dusky, Sky God, D, the Clone Guru, Battlefield Buds, Tony Trini. Thanks for rocking with us tonight. Everybody in the Twitch chat, glad to have you. Me, myself, I'm smoking on White Pirate OG, bred by me. It's got a pretty good terp profile for me. I get like a lemon candy when you smoke it as flower. And then,
what up, man?
Welcome back, son.
Yeah. look, it's crazy because the whole time I was look. See, that's the thing about working and getting high too, because all I had to do was push the button and switch the camera, and I was freaking tripping, sitting here stuck for like mad long. But shout out to 703 for holding it down. He was nervous. I mean, but he held it down, man. He was under pressure, but my boy held it down, man. So shout out to the chat, man. Y'all clap it up for my boy, man. You know, he was only left him for a minute. Damn, Dad, you smoking titty sprinkles pop. Wow, how weed has evolved. What the damn, titty sprinkle pops. That's some wild stuff right there. I went backwards, but knew from the amount of seeds. Yeah, shout out to the live viewing, man. Shout out to the live, we going live, man. We do this live, man. Shout out to the live, man.
So what you got in the tent right now, Zah?
What I got in the tent, I got Dead Ops OG, of course, and some Dead Ops crosses. Some Dead Ops crosses going trait hunting. I'm going trait hunting. So maybe we'll do a video. Maybe we'll just start to do some videos on my trait hunting.
Absolutely. Oh yeah, that's something new from the last week. We didn't tell you guys yet. We're gonna moving forward. We're gonna post all the Team Zaza plant content on my YouTube page, which is 703 Grow Bro. So look forward to that. If you want to see some of the plants, some of the projects, we'll be having all that content over there. Just because that page isn't monetized already, so it doesn't matter. We can put it up, and you guys can see it finally.
Yeah, man, that'll be good, right? Everybody's like, "Yo, man, why you don't show no plants, man? How you gonna be a breeder and you don't even show plants?"
Yeah.
I'm like, hold on. I don't think one has to do with the other. You know?
And that's funny as well. It's going to be interesting to see how they react when they do see our plants, because we're not nice to our plants when we're breeding them. If you see one that's looking nice, that's because it's the unicorn.
There you go. So the goal is to the goal is to create a Dead Ops feminized, but I also want to add and give it its own twist, right? So I don't just want to make it's never just that simple for me, right? I understand the mechanics of breeding. So it's never just as simple as, oh, let's make a Dead Ops feminized and a Dead Ops plant, and then now we got female seeds. Nah. So my Dead Ops feminized will be Dead Ops, but we're gonna give her own unique twist, right? She's not gonna be the same as Dead Ops male regular. She's gonna have her own unique twist. So that's why I'm also planting Dead Ops times strawberry
fog,
and Dead Ops times
blueberry muffin or blueberry
cupcake. There you go. Too. So yeah, a couple Dead Ops crosses, and that's where I'm gonna hunt and search for a trait that I may like, and I think may create a uniqueness amongst the two, right? So this female Dead Ops is unique from the regular version of Dead Ops. We're going to do that by hunting through these different crosses that Little Do made for me, and it serves a perfect purpose. So Little Do came in clutch with that one, and it serves such a purpose that I don't even need to know the names, right? I'm so locked in with knowing what I'm doing. I don't even have to name or label or tag none of the plants because I don't care. I don't need to know what it was, right? We're not going to do an outcross to create something new, right? So I don't need a new name. I don't need to even know your name, to be honest. I just need to come and get what I like, so I don't need to know your name. I'm here for a quick stay, and that's it, man.
Come in,
bang, bam.
You're gonna pull up, grab what you need, and
get skirt off. That's it, man. That's all I'm coming to do. So I won't in a couple. I could go in there and tell you which one is which now, probably, but as they get bigger, I probably won't be able to tell the. I might be able to. It just depends. But I won't give. I won't need to. I won't care. I won't need to. I'm just hunting for traits. So any traits that I see that can be useful to me to make Dead Ops Feminize unique to her um, counterpart, the regular version, then that's what I'm gonna go grab, and we'll add it to my elite line. Thank you, dude. You're not too shabby yourself, dude. You definitely been knocking it out the park with your selections, man. Big Head Seed. I mean, he was a stud, man. Big Head Seed became a
Absolutely.
stud, and he put in work, man. And he
Hey, the origin of Big Head Seed, though, man, that story's kind of crazy. That all happened in the background, man. So we're all in Discord one night, and we had a little grow off going between the team at the time, and we were supposed to be growing dead ops. Well, Dusky, it's a reg, right? Dusky was like, "Well, I'm gonna pop one seed." And from the moment Bearded seen that seed, it's like, it's a boy. It's a boy. And that's how I got
okay.
and grew it before it even got flipped to flower. It was showing sex. It was very, very vigorous plant. And it adopted the name Big Head Seed because Dusky was looking at the seeds and he picked the biggest seed out of the pack. Named it Big Head Seed, man. It was pretty funny though, because Bearded put that male on him. He was DQ'd from the grow off right off rip for having a male instead of a female.
Became a stud, man. Became a super stud. And Dusky put that boy to work.
Mm-hmm.
Dusky was knocking shit down, man. I still got some. I still want to look at the one I gave you. So you make sure you, like I said, we're gonna we'll look at that one too.
Yeah, I think my next run when we do Dead Ops, because we got the Dead Ops grow off coming up here soon again. I'm gonna pop a couple of those in there too.
I actually got two more that I haven't touched yet. Still, Dead Ops times. Don't give me the line.
Kuiper belt. You got Kuiper belt.
Oh yeah, I haven't tried. I think those are real light seeds. I haven't busted them down yet. I don't have the room yet because I'm a. We'll see. I don't know.
And you may have the flow as well. I don't know if he sent you the flow, but he had Dead Ops times flow.
Yeah, most of them are getting popped though. He says Zaza is a new breeder. How would you recommend getting genetics for people to try? As a new breeder, how would you recommend getting your genetics for people to try? So I've always been huge on giving the community my stuff, man. I've given it for years, giveaways, and we've always found fun ways to give some stuff away, right? We used to do different Instagram lives. I coined a game called Stay in the Win, where people will win tons of seeds just by having fun playing a game on live. And then we had the raffles and the auctions and just sometimes giveaways, man. I remember where Humboldt gave everybody Herms, and I felt so bad. We gave a whole bunch of people seeds who was complaining about the Herms that they got, right?
Had nothing to do with us, but we made it right. Just because people deserve to have good genetics, man.
Yeah, it's about getting good genetics out. So, if I'll help you out, right? What's your name? Let me see. Jinx or Gina. Jinx. I'm gonna call you Jinx. So, if you hop in the Discord tomorrow, 9 p.m.
Eastern time,
and depending on wherever you live, you pay shipping. I'll make sure you get something that you can run, some Dead Ops, something for you to run. So there you go. That answers your question. Yeah. You did it yourself, man. You made the connection, right? This is what's important. You made the connection. That's what I teach my guys, right? If you would have never came in the chat and said, "Listen, this is what I want," then I would have never known, man. So shout out to you. Keep making connections. Keep networking and meeting the right people. And that's another reason why I would support you in that way, right? And give away some seeds to you to support you is because I want to attract you to the right people, right? The right environment, the right community for you, knowing that you're a new grower. So maybe if I give you some seeds, it'll make you look in this direction and meet and network with some Team Zaza members who can put you, help you in going
Yeah.
heading in the right direction. That's why
And,
I built.
and another thing to add on to that, like we were all where you were at one point until we came around the team, man. So like, don't get intimidated to come around. I mean, in the beginning, it's gonna seem like it's a bunch of smart people around you, but eventually, like myself, I remember when I first came in, like just listening to Bearded talk, my brain would be like, "Oh my God, how does this guy know all this stuff?" And now, like a year and a half, 2 years later, like when new people come in and Bearded's not in the room, I'm doing the same thing he was doing when I first came in. It's pretty empowering, man. So just seek out the knowledge and find the right people where to get it, whatever that looks like for you. And the Discord link will be in the description at the end if you need to find us.
That's right. It's a beautiful thing because we was just at a meet and greet in a grow shop, and you can see it in the video in the intro of the last video I did with the seed thing, and you see 703 answering questions, attending to the people and teaching them, answering their questions while I'm sitting there chilling. And then Dad was like, "God damn, you taught that boy good." And I'm like, "Hey, yeah, he doing his thing. I ain't even got to say nothing. You over there working, you working the crap." And they coming with questions, man. They coming because
Absolutely.
that's what they expect. That's what they expect from us, man. And that's what we're here for. We're here to service the community in that way. And the comments is moving a little bit, so let me see if I can catch up. Little Deuce said, "I told you to press it, man."
Yeah.
Little Bear says, "Super fire."
Speaking of Boondocks, though, I believe that's what they're talking about is Boondocks. Deucey's been a firm believer that that's been a squisher for a while. You know what I'm saying? But I currently have Boondocks in my tent. I got that and a couple other strains. You know, I'm doing a little auto run right now.
Comes out like peanut butter. He said he come out like peanut butter. So, and the reason why everybody was so hype about Boondocks Glue getting pressed was because I took it to an event. And it was hot out there. It was hot. The sun. So all of these people had all of these different weeds out and all of this shit. And I was like, I was tripping because they had the jars closed, right? They had them in mason jars, and it was hot outside, and the mason jars was just getting full of condensation. So I'm walking around to people, you know, I'm anal. So I'm like, bro, you gotta open that, like let that breathe, bro. You're gonna end up mold. But I don't know. But so Boondocks Glue I had in the jar too, but you know, I would burp it, you know, constantly. And as soon as the sun started to go down, the buds just started to leak all of this brown sap. It was weird. I never seen it before. And I don't, you know, we started to do research, and ultimately, you know, we learned a little bit about the processes, and I can't tell you now or at the moment what the terms and stuff was or the reasoning for it, but that was the initial reason why everybody was like, "Yo, you gotta." It's just like this thick golden brown sap just started leaking, and I was like, "Damn, I never seen that happen in a plant. No plant that I had. So I don't know what it was, but yeah. So it's pretty cool to see that Dabs actually pressed it, and then the guy from Hydro Store, right, as well.
Yeah. Oh yeah, he pressed it as well, man, and it tastes like straight peanut butter, bro.
Really? So that's what
no, not peanut butter. My bad. It tastes like straight. It was lemonade. My bad. You just said peanut butter.
Yeah. He said it looked like it, you know, kind of comes out looking and thick like peanut butter.
Yeah, but it was straight lemonade. like almost lemon pine saw or something. You know what I mean? It had like a real gas to it
Yeah,
as well,
that's right, Bearded.
and a
Don't
little
need
bit of that.
yeah.
It was good. I actually gave you the rest of it. You got to hit a little bit of it as well that he had pressed.
Yeah, Vince, you keep working at it, man. Reversing um is can be sort of riding a fine line, right? You wanna find that right balance of first making sure you're using the proper system, whatever it is. I always recommend colloidal silver for first time and using a good formula. I always refer people to 7032 or like a Miller, somebody who uses. I haven't bought colloidal silver in a long time. I think the last time I flipped a plant was Boondocks glue. I think I've attempted since then, but it had got so immune to it. I don't remember, but it's been a long time since I actually had to flip a plant. So I usually rely on like 703 for what new products or what he might see, because he does it. So you can always reach out to him, and if he get a spray that he might recommend to you that he knows works, and then just making sure you got the amount of times that you spraying correct per day. And it's pretty much depending on the strain, it could be strain um, issues as well, but depending on the strain, most cases you should be you should
I
you
mean,
should be able to get it
it
done.
really do. I mean, the way I do it, it really just depends whether it's a photo or an auto. With the auto, at like by day 21, I'm spraying twice a day on whatever branch.
Jungle Gawk, man, thank you for rocking with us, man. Much love to you, man. First time chat as well, man. Um, Good question. Do you have any strains you expect to blow up in 2025? Anything you're looking to work with? So that's the thing. Um, Same strain as last year and the year before and the year before that. Always looking to advance whatever I created to the next level. So Boondocks Glue, Dead Ops
So that's
OG,
blue. You
you know, these are my staple strains, as a true breeder, a preservationist, right? Um,
Yeah, you would never go to the dog world and buy American Bully and a German Shepherd at the same breeder. Let's just put it that way.
yeah, so exactly, right? You just want to make sure that you know that if you are going to do it, you're going to take it seriously and you're going to take your time. And if you do take your time and take it seriously and do the research and go by science and become um, this breeder who knows how to actually do artificial selection, then you only gonna have one strain too. you
Yeah,
you won't have a whole bunch of strains. So 2025, the same old stuff, man, and the same old stuff is gonna be legendary one day. So just keep
I,
working at it and keep creating something that's
I am hopeful
perfect.
in 2025 to have my strain ready to be on the website.
There
So
you go.
you do have White Pirate OG to look forward to. Right now,
Mm-hmm.
it's only available on a very limited basis to select people. Only in giveaways, really, at this point. So, uh, but that hopefully that'll be on the website by the end of the year. It just depends. I got to find the right two plants to go to the next generation. So,
Look, man. So um, other than that, we got a community highlight. Um, my brother Oba, I think it's community highlight this week. Is he still coming on? I know he wanted to come on, and
I'm not in Discord right now. I mean,
yeah, I think he's in the Discord.
let me
Let me
jump in.
send let me send my brother this link so he can come on and show us some plants. Y'all want to see some plants in the chat? Y'all want to see some nice plants? Let me know because they always say they want to see some plants. They want to see my plants. I'm actually growing plants just to show y'all. We no, not just to show you, but I got normally you wouldn't see what the fuck I had going on, but I'm gonna show you this time around. So look forward to it. The plants are being grown out. So these have already been selected and stress test and beat up. And I didn't go through too many, what I normally do, but I went through a nice amount, enough. We got to get Dabs a monitor. What you call it? Let's get Dabs a. I thought he was already. Maybe that's on YouTube. but I thought he was already a moderator. He should have moderation here. It's probably because it's on YouTube. His moderation. Yeah. But shout out to you.
Hey, where'd you send the link to Oba? He's about to get on now.
Oh, okay. Let me get the link over to Oba. I'm gonna send it. You see me, I'll be high. I'll just forget. I'll start talking. See, one thing you ain't gotta worry about me. Look, so and we'll go a little bit further over with the cannabis segment this week. So I know y'all love cannabis, so we're gonna give y'all some more time with the cannabis segment before we get into our art, literature, and music portions. Which everybody like art. We might want to get art, man. Talking about art, man. Literature. Can't eat no books, man. It ain't that bad, dog. Calm down, man. Damn. Give us a break, dog. Calm down, dog. I'm trying to show you, expose you to something. All right, but I know his link is in the Discord chat.
Discord chat, Oma.
Yeah, calm down. We giving y'all the music. They're like, ain't no motherfucking Big X the plug, though.
Hey.
Oh, Big X the plug, man. We ain't the motherfucking young boy. Hey, no, we try to put you up on some Mozart. You know with the Mozart. Now, last week we did Calloway, I think his name is. Shout out to him.
Last week for sure.
Shout out to Black History Month, man. We definitely are showcasing some of African American famous people for literature, art, music. Hey, what up? They go to big bro. What up, bro?
What's going on, bro?
Much love to you, man. So first, let's see.
Oh man.
What for the people who don't know you, kind of let them know, man, who you are, where you from.
Oh no.
There you go. Looks like he up there twice, ain't
he? Yeah, he got two. He got two in here. I don't know which one's working.
There we go. Your camera got muted.
Yeah, you gotta unmute and turn your camera.
Okay, I'm back.
There you
go. What's going on, guys?
I'm all right.
Okay.
Good, man. Thank you for joining us, man. For the people who don't know,
brother, it's an honor to be a part of this here. You know, it's always an honor.
We're glad to have you, and don't feel no type of way. This is live, man. This is live, so it's always things gonna happen. We're gonna have to. My camera just went out like 5 minutes ago, and I was too high to even get it back on. So don't feel no type of way, man. This is live, but your boy know how to edit. So if we ever decide to put it on YouTube, we chops it up. Ain't no worries.
All right, cool.
So for the people who don't know, just give us a little background. Who you are, what you represent, a little bit about you and the cannabis. What and one major question I always like to ask everybody: what's one thing you love about growing the most?
The thing I love growing about the most is it's a plant of medicine. It's a plant of healing. It heals, and it helps people in so many ways. So that's why I like to grow it, because it's just the stages it grows through, from a baby to an adolescent to an adult to an old person. Just watch it going through its stages and stuff, and just observing the different genetics and the different types, the different ways it grows.
Yeah. I like something that you mentioned, and something that you just mentioned just took my mind to a place where you said the stages, and the stages was infant, adolescent, adult, and then and then old. So that reminds me literally of an autoflower, because just like a human, they got their start date and they got their death date. And an autoflower is similar to the same system where they born and then they die on their own time.
Right.
Yeah. So tell us a little bit about what you got going on here.
All right, this is a boondocks right here.
Oh shit. Okay.
That's the boondocks.
They're gonna think I set this up.
They're
gonna think that was fake. They're gonna think that old shit was fake. Yeah. No, you set that up.
About a month old, and then he's about a couple of weeks behind it.
Okay.
That's the boondocks. 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 That's the
Okay, they're looking good. And what
then
are
there's
these? What
some
are
other
these
stuff I
5-gallon
got
buckets?
going.
What are we using here?
These 3-gallon homemade buckets I made. I wanted to try something new instead of fabric pots. I wanted to retain the moisture inside so I can get a better root ball because I'm not going to veg very long time.
Yeah, no, I like that. I like that. I like that system you put in place here. So, tell us about these buckets. When you say homemade, you alter them in a way, or
Yeah, I altered them. I drilled holes in the bottom, and on some that I'm going to train, I got holes on the side.
okay, okay. So, oh,
Okay. I
nice,
see.
nice, nice, man. Hey, man. You know
You know,
I am. We would
for
have
like
been.
the first time girl or home girl on a budget, I think this would be a nice way to go. Because you can get the buckets for a couple of bucks. The lids. I got 5-gallon lids to catch the water and everything. It was about $1.50. So basically, you can get a whole pot system depending on how many you want. Basically, under $30.
Yeah,
Nice.
yeah,
That,
man. And that's a really cool size for a bucket. Normally it's a 5-gallon, right? 3 gallons is a dope size and probably perfect for autoflower.
oh
Yeah,
yeah.
these all those right here.
So tell the chat about your medium. What are you growing those in?
I use HP with worm castings, and I use organic. I use Gaia Grain. I'm not sponsored by them or anything, but I like the organic grow.
Yeah, simple, slow release, kind of. And autoflowers love it too, right? They want to be in that environment where they got all of the food, everything is there, ready to go. They don't got to be moved. This is my last destination. So,
What's that one?
That's one of the ones I had kind of crossed way back in the day. That's the best one out of all of them. That's the one I'm probably gonna take a couple of cuttings from.
photo period.
That's a photo.
Okay.
These
Okay.
are the same right here. That one, that one, that one, and that one. I topped that one and this one.
Is
They
that
gonna
all?
be
So that's all Boondocks?
No, this is not Boondocks. This is something I did.
No, all the stuff in the front though.
No, this Boondocks right here. That Boondocks looks really good.
How
Really
old are
good.
those plants?
Healthy.
Now that's the one right there. If it's the same age as the other two, did you see the
No, it's not.
difference?
It's about got like a 2 weeks head start.
Oh, okay.
So they're doing very well. They're doing very well.
yeah, they're pretty consistent.
See, the soil is not very moist. That's the thing, for the new girls, they overwater. You just got to have a proper balance of moisture, really.
Yeah. What
Yeah, it's real
that,
easy for the new grower to love their plants to death.
exactly.
Exactly. Exactly. Just come and pay attention to them. Make sure, they're doing okay and just let them be. They're going to be okay.
I remember when I first started growing, man, I used to want to look in the tent every day and go in there and mess around with something. I've learned the longer I grow, like the less you mess with it, the more you lock in your environment, the better results you get. So I try to be as hands free as possible now.
Yeah, they all look happy. They all praying up.
Hey, that's a nice setup in that tent. It's awfully clean in there.
Well, I just made a little mess. I got to vacuum it up.
Okay, I see you right there.
Yeah, right there.
So I see you got heating pads up there under
Yeah, I'm
buckets
trying
and
to
pads.
control the temperature a little better. Been having some very cool nights out this way in the Midwest.
Okay.
Ice storms and stuff like that. But it's being an auto, I want to keep that nice and warm because I don't want to stunt that. So that's why I got the heat mat at the bottom to kind of help
Okay.
with the temperature for the medium won't drop as much. Try to keep the root zone consistent.
I see that. So I've been fighting cold temperatures on my tent as well right now, right? So like at night, my tent gets down to like 66, bro. And it's not ideal. I'd like to keep it up a little higher, but I don't want to
Since they
run.
got
I
the
don't.
heat
I don't want
map,
to run the heater.
it's about 71, 72 at night now when the lights goes off.
That's
So
awesome.
that made a big difference. I was getting down to like 68, 69. So that's, a couple of degrees, made a difference. But long that I'm keeping the root zone happy, that should be okay.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, man. I'm just on the chat. I'm looking at the chat. The chat was moving kind of fast. I'm just trying to catch up. So don't mind me, y'all.
Yeah, I posted a link on YouTube for the Discord.
Okay, there you go. Yeah, make sure y'all join the Discord too, man. If you're on Instagram, if you're hanging out with us on YouTube, if you're hanging out with us on Twitch, much love to you. Throw some gorillas in the chat right now and know that all of y'all represent Team Zaza, man. And if you want to go behind the scenes with the rest of the gang, the real core team, then join us on Discord. Maybe even eventually get involved with the gang and join them in their Instagram behind the scenes group chat. It's up to you, but network with the gang, man. Find your tribe, if it works for you. Then perfect, because a lot of people usually find their tribe. So I'm just trying to catch up in the comments. But back to, so let me ask you this. The system itself that you created here, is it a drip system? I see some tubes and stuff.
No, it's not a tube. That's the cord for the
Okay, got you.
I water it by hand.
Okay, got you. So that, and then that's just, it's so clean. It looks like it should somehow be some sort of system that connects, and so maybe that'll be the next thing. Maybe adding a drip system to it, unless you just love watering, right? Some people just love the manual hands-on process.
Yeah, I love watering by hand. I can come and really take a look and see what's going on.
Yeah.
You really take a look at the soil, and especially pay attention to the plant when you're doing organic, because it's very easy to attract pests. That's why I like the hand water.
Yeah, talk about it, man, because I think a lot of people love, talk about how much they love and want and everything organic, but don't realize that it comes with some potential, downsides if you think in terms of pests, right? What's a strong tip you can give for some new growers as far as IPM or integrated pest management to make sure we don't run into any issues and make sure we have a sustainable system in place to keep going forward?
My advice for someone, for a new grower just using organic, don't overwater. Let it dry back a little, but not too much. The way I do mine, I let just the top dry back a little bit, just the top. Like this, to me, it's still moist. I would not water yet. I'll let it dry back a little more. You gotta let it dry back, and because the more moisture, the more chances you have of catching gnats and other pests, because gnats love moisture, and that's one of the hardest pests to control. Is gnats to me. But if you have heavy airflow and let it dry back some, it's have a chance of the gnats have a very tough chance of reproducing. But also you can use the top layer. If you have them, you can use the top layer of what's that, perlite?
Mm-hmm.
The top layer, and that'll help also to reduce. But you also you can use a mixture of peroxide if you have an infestation. But there's several ways you can several methods you can use. But if you're doing it organic, the best way is not to attract them. Just let the water dry back and just pay attention to your plants. In the first sign, throw some sticky traps and throw a top layer on. Because in pest management, you gotta stop them, because once they're in their soil, they're gonna reproduce. Like like real quick. So as they come out, you got to catch them and kill them off, as they come out.
Would you recommend a product like Diatomaceous Earth?
Yeah, Diatomaceous Earth is a good product that I use. When I reuse my soil. I let it dry back, and I use diatomaceous earth. And then if I do get an infestation or whatever, I'll just put a top layer of diatomaceous earth on it and just let it dry back some and just water it in. And as they come up, it basically kill them, because diatomaceous earth is like glass shards. It's like shards, and it cuts the body and stop them from molting and reproducing, to my understanding.
There you go. Let's take some comments real quick. It looks like we got a conversation going on in the chat.
Shout out to the chat, man. Thanks for joining us.
Just talking about oils, some tips in how transplanting oils from a solo. Despicable said he transplants from a solo to a 1 gallon to a 3, then lastly, give it 5. That's an auto? Sheesh. That's rough.
I got my autos in 3s right now. I used to transplant them from solos to their final pot, but here recently I've been trying to just...
Comments are so... I've seen something that I wanted to mention, but the comments was kind of moving fast, so I couldn't keep... Yeah, come on up, Dabs. Yeah, more than likely to come up, bro.
Yeah, the link's in the Discord.
Yeah, hop in the Discord if you want to pull up, show your plants. This is community segment of the Calm Show where we talk community, art, literature, and music. All right, so shout out to y'all, man. Much love. Thank you for rocking with us. Thank you for being live with us, man. Y'all can be live anywhere else in the world, but you here with us, man, on the Calm Show, and we appreciate y'all. You make sure you share the show, and let's get the show moving into the algorithm, man. Let's get it considered one of the shows of the community, man. So pull up. We're gonna start doing some giveaways too, right? Giveaways to the people here in the comments, just like somebody won some seeds just for asking for some. You could possibly win too, man.
Absolutely. Hey, it's showing me on StreamYard we got 40 people in here. We should do a giveaway at the end either way.
Yeah, man. Y'all want to do a giveaway? Let us know, man. We got 40 in Twitch, or where we got 40 at?
I don't know, it says 41 altogether.
Oh, okay. Shout out to 41 people, man. Much love to y'all, man. Whether you're on Instagram, YouTube, or Twitch. I really it was a really good Dabs. Somebody asked something. I think Dabs answered it, and I just wanted to highlight it. But I mean, I lost it. I'm high, bro. Unfortunately, YouTube might not like a lot of the stuff that I'm saying, but we got a relationship. YouTube, we got a relationship, so they know. I don't go too crazy. I don't be saying too much curses or talking about the stuff too much, but we got to get a YouTube something, man. And eventually, y'all gonna have to move over to the Grow Bro YouTube channel where we're gonna show all plant content. I'm gonna be posting my breeding content over there and plants and all this stuff, so we can keep the breeding channel monetized and separated from the content that y'all want to see.
But we know y'all want to see it, and we're figuring out a plan for it. It's coming soon, so
yeah, y'all gotta run it up. Make sure you share. Make sure you go visit the Grow Bro channel now, man. We're gonna start getting that thing set up. It's gonna be the Team Zaza YouTube channel where we're gonna have all of the gang just posted up, man. So hopefully, in a perfect world, my perfect world, there should be content posted up 100 times faster than I post.
And you guys will see an update of the Grow on that 703 Grow Bro YouTube channel.
Yeah.
We
might we might change it to the Team Zaza YouTube channel.
Yep.
But either way, we want everybody to be there. We want everybody on the team to post, and hopefully you'll get content every day on a a channel that you can come to see plants like you've always wanted, because you can't see plants on my channel. Unfortunately, I just can't show them. Otherwise, I wouldn't be able to make advertisement. People wouldn't put their ads on the channel. So you got to think 99.9% of the content creators don't have monetized channels. And, that's the tricky thing. Finding out, it's really not tricky, though. That's what I'm saying. It's all about not putting yourself in a box. And when you take yourself out of that box, you can start to be more creative about the way you do things, because it's always more than one way to skin a cat, right? So when we talking about, I can't give y'all all the game, man. I was about to sit here and just give. Now that's for like Team Zaza type of game. I can't give you anything. That ain't no YouTube content. Like, I give y'all a lot. I give y'all a lot, but I can't give you everything. Like that type of info right there that I was about to just start kicking. That'll fuck around. That'll mess around and get you put in position.
Y'all can't see that.
That ain't for everybody. What's that
going on here? This is a controller.
A CO2 meter.
CO2 meter. You pumping CO2?
Oh, nice.
Natural. Ain't no tanks in there at all. That's natural.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Most people don't understand that our natural living environment is the perfect amount of CO2 that all the plants need. You don't want to go above that. Typically, the concept of all of these CO2 and bottles and cans and all of that is from a facility.
And there's no tank in there at all. Nothing. I don't use tanks and
need it.
And that's the CO2 I'm pumping just from that tent right there.
Huh.
Let me see. I'm so far behind on the comments. I'm catching up though. Been growing. You said Vance said been growing since December. Never had a pest in my tent. That's good. So that's the thing. Synthetic, right? If you grow synthetic, you have much less to zero chance of getting any pests, right? It's just soil, and then people they act like they can, but you want to go organic. You want to be all natural, so you might have to deal with what comes along with that. And sometimes bugs, right? Bugs are from soil. Most bugs live in soil. So larvae and bugs and eggs and all that stuff be dormant when the cold weather or in this situation when it's being in storage, and then all of a sudden, bam, it gets put in this warm environment somewhere in your house and these eggs start hatching. You can't even see. What's some methods you can use to alleviate some of those things?
You mean once you've already got them?
Airflow for gnats, really, and let it dry back, because they don't have a place to really nest and reproduce. They're not going to really go there. They need moisture in order to survive. So I recommend a top layer of what's that, perlite, or any type of something, something that's going to stay dry and heavy airflow. Just keep constant airflowing. Because if you don't have the proper airflow, you're gonna have, that's a problem for a lot of things, for mold, high humidity, and a haven for pests.
Yeah.
If it have moving air, it's not gonna really, have no place to land.
All right, well, that was the cannabis section, man. I appreciate you, my brother Oba. Listen, do you have anything for the people? Where can they find you? Where can they follow you? What do you got up next? What's you working on?
I'm working on something behind the scenes, and everything. But you can follow me at Oba_Elay on Instagram.
Oba_Elay, my brother. Official Team Zaza big bro. So make sure you tap in with my brother. Thank you for joining us, bro. We love you. We appreciate you for rocking with us, always supporting us, since day one, man. So thank you. And my dog.
It was an honor, gang.
Yes, sir. Talk to you soon.
All right, peace, brothers.
Peace. All right, man. Much love, man. Clap it up for my brother Oba, man. He is a veteran, a veteran. So make sure thank my brother for his service in honor of Black History Month. You know, we do want to honor some African American heroes and artists and musicians and all of these things for this month as we get into it. Last week, we talked about Calloway, and he was a musician for the Harlem Renaissance, and he was also the first person to ever mention cannabis in a song, a recorded song. So he was an African American man, and
it wasn't Mr. Reefer Man or something.
Yeah, Mr. Reefer Man. We had fun watching
Mr. Reefer Man
video that he did. The video was it was like the oldest video, black and white, but it was still lit, and it was long, and the story was dope. And we watched that video. We had fun watching it. So shout out to him. Black and white music video, man.
And if you didn't see last week's, man, you can go back on the page, look at it. Just
man. Pull up last week, man, for sure. Man. Catch that last week episode. So let's reset the room. This is the Calm Show, where we bring you community, art, literature, and music. This is the art portion of the show. I'm your boy Zai. I got my co-host with me, 703. And
how y'all doing?
This is the art portion, man. One of my favorite segments. This is episode 5. So thank y'all for rocking with us. We currently on Instagram, Twitch, and YouTube and Facebook.
Yeah, Facebook.
4 places we live right now. So much love to y'all. If y'all tuning in with us, if you are live, make sure you share the live, man. Share it. Let's get some more people in here. 703 said he wants to do a giveaway at the end of the show. So stick around.
Absolutely.
Stick around, man. Make sure you stick around. We're gonna give away some seeds at the end of the show. In the meantime, this is the art portion, so we're gonna keep it consistent with what we typically like to look at when we think in terms of art, literature, and music. So for our art segment, we're gonna look at and honor Mr. Aaron Douglas. So let's look at Mr. Aaron Douglas, and I'll just read a little bit so we can kind of just do some background on my brother. Another Harlem Renaissance, the father of African art, dean of African American painters, pioneering Africanist. All of these have been applied to Aaron Douglas. His painting, typified by flat forms, hard edges, and repetitive geometric shapes, was strongly shaped by African motives and culture, as well as by African American jazz music. So Mr. Douglas was kind of, an artist, and he was very influenced by jazz music as well. That's that Harlem Renaissance. I mean, it's consistent to what we know. Sugar Hill, when we think about, what it was like back then, man. It was flashy, right? Sugar Hill. So Aaron Douglas was drawn to Harlem from his native Kansas after hearing about the creative output of other Black artists. So he moved from down south in Kansas just because he was inspired by his artwork, and he heard there was a lot of artists in New York, and he moved to Harlem back then. So scholars like W.E. Du Bois and Alan Locke, who promoted the work of talented Black artists, admired Douglas's designs and included his illustrations in leading publications. So in 1934, the works of his progressed. In 1934, the Works Progress Administration commissioned Douglas to paint aspects of Negro life, a 4-panel mural for the 135th Street branch of the New York Public Library. So we'll look at that now. He was commissioned by the Works Progress Administration, the WPA, to paint what they called aspects of Negro life, which was a 4-panel mural. So we're going to take a look at that. We're going to drop the screen. We're going to showcase this particular piece. What y'all know about the Harlem Renaissance, man?
I gotta get the chat up. I've lost my Twitter chat.
Do you know much about the Harlem Renaissance? I'll ask you this: have you ever seen Harlem Nights?
The movie?
Huh?
The movie?
Yeah.
Yeah. Dude, I grew up in the hood, bro. I've seen all the old movies.
Okay. So that was like around the time of the Harlem Renaissance. So that was kind of filmed in in that era. So we kind of know.
Hold on 1 second, bro. I'm trying to get this Twitch up. My bad.
No, you're good, man. Take your time, man. I'm about to pull up this particular piece here. We can kind of look at it. And this is it here. This is really nice. When you kind of just study it, you see the wood, natural wood around. Is that painted on wood? What is that? How is that done? That is nice. I mean, I see people dancing, singing. And a lot of times with art pieces, we like to see and imagine what we depict, right? From our lens, what we so a lot of times we kind of just take a look at it for a minute. We kind of just look at it and study it and kind of just process what we're looking at. And then from there, we offer a determination of what we feel like we see, right? And then, we go back and get a better understanding of what the writer or the artist or the author or the musician, what they meant when they painted or when they composed, right? These artworks. And in this case, no difference. Excuse me. And I like the shadowy sort of figures.
Yeah. So that's the first panel. It was a 4-panel, right?
Yeah. This is, I believe, is the one of the 4. So, Aaron Douglas, an important figure in the Harlem Renaissance, made this finished study for the first of 5 murals intended for the Schmomburg Center for Research in Black Culture at the 135th Street branch of the New York Public Library. The murals depict the history of African Americans from their origins in Africa to life in America in the 1930s. Through his use of Egyptian profiles and elements of African art, Douglas utilized a hybrid Western African aesthetic, also seen in works by artists like Pablo Picasso.
Yeah, all of his art is like on that vibe too. Like it's kind of like shadows and different shapes. It's not like your traditional. It's very bold looking. From what I'm looking at, I'm looking at some of his other works over the years.
Yeah. Well,
and in addition to illustrations, he also made murals. So he made some for the campus library at Fisk University in Nashville.
Let's take a look at that one. You said the campus library.
Yeah.
Campus of What is it?
Fisk. Hold on one second. I got it right here. It's Fisk University, FISK University in Nashville. It would be the mural, the Douglas man.
Yeah.
He did another one as well. We can look at that next if you wanted.
Yeah. So this is pretty nice. So,
Yeah,
it is nice.
That's pretty dope, right?
Yeah, it is nice. That just for me, man, it's perfect for a university or somebody. It literally looks like somebody, you know.
It looks like he's pulling the knowledge of the universe in. So it's like he's just standing there trying to learn everything he can, almost. Like pulling in all the everything. If you look, everything's directionally towards him.
You can feel the emotion though. It's almost like he's like, damn, like anything is possible. Like the sky is the limit. Like I can do anything with this education. And I'm here. I made it here, and now I can learn all of the. Like you said, that whole. It's definitely give me a learning sort of. All of the information and knowledge is available to me now. I made it.
Yeah, that one's super dope. You want to check out the other one at the other college?
What is it?
It's Bennett College in Greensboro, North Carolina. Bennett College. He did this one in 1931 after years studying abroad in Paris.
Dang. I hit the back button and literally backed out of the whole damn stream. That's crazy. Hey yo, that's funny. Shout out to Instagram, man.
Yeah, shout out to them.
Yeah, so what were we looking at?
We were looking at Bennett College. There was another work. He did a mural in the school.
Benedictine?
No, Bennett College. It's in Greensboro, North Carolina.
Bennept?
No, Thomas.
Oh, Bennett College.
Yeah.
No. It's not what I was looking for. Ooh, I want to see this one though. Was this done by him? It had to be. Yep, the Harriet Tubman mural. This had to be. I could look at it and tell it was done by him. I don't want to save it. Hold on. I just want to open it in a new window. Can I do that? Yeah. All right, I'm gonna check. Yeah, this is nice. Probably gonna come up kind of small, but you can tell that's definitely consistent with his work. Like,
yeah, the shadows and the very like linear design at the same time. Like
that's nice.
He has those.
You can see how he used.
This gives me a vibe like they're in the jungle and they're celebrating something.
Freedom. Runaway slaves. And they escaped. She helped them escape. So that's where the light is shining on her. You can kind of see the light, kind of sun, kind of shining. They excited, even though they probably are not in good situation. They probably don't have food. They probably on starving, dirty, hungry, been running for days. They happy still because they free. and they headed to freedom.
On the Underground Railroad.
Yeah, she found a way to help free him. So that's pretty dope, man. You can see the emotion is definitely translated in his artwork. It's nice, man.
Absolutely, man.
Yeah, they're free. They're free at that point.
It's amazing to me how powerful, like, looking at an image can be, though, like, from the right artists. They just, each of them have their own way of getting their expressions they were feeling when they were making their projects across to you. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's a pretty deep one right there. That's a nice one. So shout out to my dog, man. We in honor of Aaron Douglas, man, for Black History Month and our art segment. Shout out to him. So, among Douglas's most important works are large-scale murals using a modernist language of geometric and abstract forms. He depicted slavery, emancipation, the power of education, and the contributions of African Americans to American culture and the nation's economy. Allegorical and epic, the narratives draw on Egyptian wall painting and Ivory Coast sculpture, as well as modern architecture, jazz, and dance. Douglas's major mural projects included Harriet Tubman, commissioned by Alfred K. Stern of Chicago for Bennett College for Women. Douglas uses modernist imagery to depict the slave era heroine, Harriet Tubman, who was responsible for leading more than 300 slaves to freedom by way of the Underground Railroad. Douglas wrote that he portrayed Tubman as a heroic leader, breaking the shackles of bondage and pressing on toward a new day. Behind her and stretching back symbolically to Africa are the Black men and women who toiled and prayed through 300 years of servitude. The group of figures to the right symbolizes the newly liberated people as laborers and heads of families. The last figure symbolizes the dreamer who looks out towards higher and noble vistas, the modern city for his race. He represents the preachers, teachers, artists, and musicians of the group. The beam of light that cuts through the center of picture symbolizes divine inspiration. Damn, telling you that light, man. I seen it.
Man, he's got a lot of notable work too, like tons. He had a lot of influence.
Wow. You see, and that's exactly what I meant by we study what we see, we visualize, and then we determine what we depict, and then we get to take a look at what the artist actually had in mind. So to know all of those things, right, is just wow, man. Like, dang. A heroic leader breaking the shackles of bondage. It's pretty dope, man. Shout out to Harriet Tubman. Shout out to Aaron Douglas. Shout out to Aaron Douglas, man. Much love. Thank you for your contributions to not just African American history, but art, culture, American history.
A pioneer in the Harlem Renaissance.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah. Shout out to that, man. That was pretty dope, man. So that concludes our art segment. I know that's your favorite segment. That concludes our art segment, man, for the Com Show, and brings us to the literature portion of the show. So this is the Com Show, where we bring you community, art, literature, and music. I am your host, Zaza. I got my co-host with me, 703. What up, gang?
What up? It's good. Shout out to the chat, man. Thank y'all for rocking with us.
Thank you for rocking with us. I know it's late, man, so thank you for rocking with us. We do film the show very late. That is typically because our third co-host. You may have noticed we are only 2 today. That's fine. Blunt from South Africa, which is typically we film the show very late so he can, we can make it work for everybody. He did it. He wasn't able to make the show tonight, so we holding him down. He's in good spirits, and he will be back next week. He wanted us to send you his love and let you know he'll be back next week for episode 6, and I hope you are there as well, right? I hope you're rocking with us as well. Episode 6. I want you to be there for episode 100 as well, because consistency is key, and we don't plan on stopping, man. We plan on giving you good quality content, more shows, because guess what? This is the Unrelatable Podcast Network. If you didn't know, the Com Show is the first pilot show to be contracted and aired on the Unrelatable Podcast Network. So if you have a podcast idea or you're an inspiring co-host, maybe a host, tap in with us, man. Let me know your ideas, and we can potentially have your show added to the Unrelatable Podcast Network, man. We are looking to work our new and next show soon, so stay tuned for the next show. We're working it out now. We don't want to give up too much details, but stay tuned. Join us in Discord if you want to get behind the scenes with the gang, man. If you want to learn some behind the scenes stuff. So let's take down. Thank you, 703. Let's take down our artwork from our art portion, and let's focus on our literature portion. It's the liter portion. And last week we focused on what was it? Tupac? Was that last week?
No. Last week, what did we do on literature last week? It was books that were banned.
Okay, yeah, that's right. We did books that were typically banned. So, and I wanted to keep it consistent. I wanted to give you guys some more Harlem. I wanted to keep it consistent with Harlem and the Harlem Renaissance. And so we are jumping into our literature portion of the Com Show. Com Show, community, art, literature, and music.
Yeah.
And our literature portion is going to be delivered to you by some of the best in the world, me and 703.
That's it.
And Langston Hughes, man.
Critics at this point.
Langston Hughes, man, is my honorary poet or author for our literature portion. So Langston Hughes, shout out to Langston Hughes, man, another Harlem Renaissance influence and representative. Langston Hughes was an American poet, social activist, novelist, playwright, and communist. From
not communist, columnist.
What is that? Is that what they say?
Yeah,
columnist. I'm sorry. Did I call him a communist?
Yeah.
Sorry. Hey, that's the good thing about being live and being late.
Yeah.
You get the best of you, though. Hey, listen, I shoot off the hip, so I'm actually just working right now. Like I'm just working. So it's late.
He grew up in the Midwest. He became a prolific writer at a real early age. Then he eventually moved to New York City as a young man, where he made his career. He studied at Columbia University. He there gained the notice of publishers in New York City. First in the Crisis magazine, and then from book publishers, became known in his creative community in Harlem.
Okay. 703 coming through with the facts. Yeah, man. Yeah, he was definitely born somewhere in Joplin, Missouri. He was one of the earliest innovators of literary form called jazz poetry. So he Basically created something. I never even heard of. Have y'all in the chat? Y'all ever heard of jazz poetry?
Nah, I haven't.
Wow.
And check that out later.
Man, jazz poetry. Sorry, I got caught in the comments real quick. But jazz poetry. He was one of the earliest innovators of that literary form. Hughes is best known as a leader of the Harlem Renaissance. So, growing up in the Midwest, Hughes became a prolific writer at an early age. He moved to New York City as a young man, where he made his career. He studied at Columbia University in New York. Although he dropped out, he gained notice from New York publishers, first in the Crisis magazine and then from book publishers, and became known in the creative community in Harlem. His first poetry collection, The Weary Blues, was published in 1926. Hughes eventually graduated from Lincoln University. In addition to poetry, Hughes wrote plays and published short story collections, novels, and several non-fiction works from 1942 to 1962. As the civil rights movement gained traction, Hughes wrote an in-depth weekly opinion column on the leading black newspaper, the Chicago Defender. And my eyes are starting to get blurry. So today I was supposed to get my glasses too. Let me tell you this story. Just side note, off track. I was supposed to get my glasses today, which I haven't worn glasses since a kid, but I've always needed them. And I said, I'm kind of excited to get my glasses. Well, we literally play video games. We play zombies for like 5 hours straight, bro. And I literally missed my glasses up, bro.
Yeah. You guys were on Call of Duty early today. Hella early.
I felt super, super stupid. And I waited too late. I don't know why in my head I thought it was 7 o'clock, but I don't know. We started playing at like, really it was like 12 o'clock. Probably, it might have been, it might have been like 10 o'clock.
It was 10.
We finished at like 5. So it was probably like, we was probably playing for a good 7 hours. Zombies, Call of Duty. Shout out to all the Call of Duty players. Make sure you follow Team Zaza Gaming. Head by my brother King Mike, man. Make sure you tap in with him, follow him on Twitch. Yeah, so we're looking at Langston Hughes, man. That is a little biography, a little background on my boy Langston. Huge influence in the Harlem Renaissance.
Hey, crazy factually, man. This was kind of crazy when I was doing my research earlier. I stumbled across this.
Mm-hmm.
So in one of the articles I read, it said, like many African Americans, Hughes was of mixed ancestry. Both Hughes's paternal grandmothers were slaves, and both of his paternal grandfathers were white slave owners in Kentucky.
There you go. Yeah. It happened a lot.
Yeah.
Happened a lot.
It's crazy. It's so crazy, man.
It happened a lot. Yeah. A lot. Yeah. Where the slave master would either force himself or who knows, we weren't there, but in many cases we were taught that in most cases more than none it was a forceful situation, but in some cases there were relationships too, right, behind the scenes, and a lot of times the men were ashamed, so that was just that area, and yeah, he was a product of that, one of those situations. So yeah, interesting point. So I figured we would showcase a piece of his work, and as we looking through some pieces, I seen one that caught my attention, really short poem, and I'll just kind of go over the poem, and we can kind of just chat about it, man. Matter of fact, I'm gonna switch my camera back to we'll see how smooth this transition will go.
Here goes one. It says, the night is beautiful, so the faces of my people. The stars are beautiful, so the eyes of my people. Beautiful also is the sun. Beautiful also are the souls of my people.
Okay.
That was it's called My People.
That's
in the
fire.
crisis. That was October of 1923.
1923, Dean.
Yeah, this one's called. I ain't reading that one. You can read this one.
I got one called Harlem, which is one of his more popular works. Harlem by Langston Hughes. What happened to a dream deferred? Does it dry up like a raisin in the sun or fester like a sore and then run? Does it stink like rotten meat or crust in sugar over like a syrupy sweet? Maybe it just sags like a heavy load, or does it explode?
Yeah. Hey, while we're on a laughing mood, so there's a book. It's Hughes's first short story collection. You want to know the name of it?
You say what?
This is Langston Hughes' first short story collection. Do you know the title of it?
What?
It's called The Ways of White Folks.
Yeah. Yeah, that might be an interesting one, man.
Yeah.
Might be an interesting one to look at. Man, Langston Hughes, you always hear his name a lot coming up.
That one was published in 1934, and it's a collection of 14 short stories by Langston Hughes. Hughes wrote the book during the year he spent living in Caramel by the Sea, California. The collection addresses multiple dimensions of racial issues, focusing specifically on the unbalanced yet interdependent power dynamics between black and white people.
Yeah. Man. Yeah, man. That's pretty good, man. I like his poems. They short. Yeah, like some short, cool poems, man.
Yeah. He was a revolutionary leader.
Good poetry guy?
I like poetry. My name's Zad. I like poems.
Well, poems are fine. What's wrong with? I think poems are okay. So let me ask you,
some of them are. I don't like.
So you never thought it would be cool or beneficial to write your girl a poem or have someone else write it for you and make her think it came from you?
Oh no, I write them myself, bro.
See, there you go.
Yeah,
so there you go.
Nothing crazy.
So you're a poem guy.
No, not at all. But I try, and
so let me ask you this: what makes you want to try writing a poem? What makes that important for you?
We're live on YouTube, so I can't tell you the last poem I wrote because it's not YouTube friendly. But you know, it was it was funny. You know what I'm saying?
It wasn't YouTube friendly.
Yeah, it's not YouTube friendly, man.
Man, I wonder what type of poem that was. How about y'all in the chat, man? Would you figure it a good idea to butter up your woman or lady or your husband by writing them or her a poem? How many people? Let me know in the chat if you're writing a poem, man.
It's normally just like
to get some points from your significant other.
It's normally for me a couple lines on like a birthday or a Christmas card. Or
John said he only know the ICPs. I know the ICPs. Listen, I got a good friend that is a huge influencer. You might, I don't know if you know him, but Blunt Man. He does the Juggalos, the gathering of the Juggalos every year. He just got the tables. He's like so yeah, I know about the ICPs.
The Juggalos and the Juggalettes.
Yeah, those the insane clown posse.
Yeah.
Two Gun Elway said he is a poem guy. Yeah, there you go. Tupac was also a poem guy. We did one in Tupac.
We did
that group from Concrete.
Absolutely, we did that. I don't know if that was 2 weeks ago or 3, but yeah. Go back and watch that episode too. You know what I'm saying?
Whoa, King Mike said he used to make songs and poems for the women.
Hey, I need a ghostwriter for my verse. Just saying.
My boy was it. John said, whoop, whoop. What up, John? What's the difference from a rhyme and a poem? That's a good question, dude. I think a poem is just without music, right? It's laid on where a song or a rhyme. A rhyme, I guess, can be considered a poem or a song because it's just something that rhymes. I think. I mean, that would be my bro knowledge guess.
Oh man, you giving out the bro knowledge on the Calm Show, man?
The FBI screwed the gathering up for Mo and me. Oh man, Biggie Smalls was analyzed by a university professor. They said he was a lyrical genius. Wow, that's pretty deep, Ray. That's pretty deep.
Shout out to you, Ray. You still up rocking with this late, man. So I guess that's a good time to segue into the music. I mean, we're at our 2 hours, but we owe the people the music. We owe the people the music.
Yeah, man. So shout out to y'all, man. Thank you for rocking with us, man. This is the Calm Show, man. That was the conclusion of our literature segment.
Yeah, that was literature.
That was the literature segment, man. Much love. Thank you for rocking with us. If you're on Twitch, YouTube, Facebook, or Instagram, thank you for rocking with us. We know it's late. We're going to bring you a much earlier show. We'll give you different shows that you can vibe with. We're going to give you a full-out Canna show that I'm sure you will love and appreciate. Canna 101, QCE sort of vibes, right? We're going to bring that to you too as well. So stay tuned for that. And then you can always come and support the Calm Show, community, art, literature, and music. You can support us each week, 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here on Twitch. Or you can join us on Instagram, Facebook, or
YouTube.
There you go. It's getting late. I'm losing it. I'm losing it, gang. Hey, yo, so music, man. You think that's a good segue? Y'all want to talk about Biggie and how he potentially do I need to fact check that? Let's fact check that. Let's see if Biggie. I think the whole fact checking. Let's see. Did a university professor and then we're going to transition into music. So right now we in between segments right now, y'all.
Yeah. Bear with us. We've been out here smoking the whole show. We hope y'all enjoyed it. We are one co-host down this week. I think we did a good job to overcome that, though, man. It was missed, though. I do think I like him in the art section very much. So he has a great way of breaking down art. It normally gives me a good starting place.
Who?
Our other co-host, Blunt, man. I missed him in the art section today, man.
There you go.
I missed him in the art section. You guys got to go back and check out the first shows if you haven't seen them. Like we said, while we're transitioning, I'm going to take a little token.
Much love in the chat, man. This is our community. This is our music section, our final segment of the show. So thank you, especially if you've been rocking with us this whole time, man. If you rocked with us since 11 p.m., thank you. Much love, man. Me and my boy was solo today, but we held it down, man. We kind of just vibed it out. And we're going to vibe the music section out too, because guess what? I didn't prepare nothing for you. So guess what? We're about to vibe it out. Let me ask you this, 703.
What up?
Last week, could have been a week before, I asked you what your favorite music was. You said hip hop. And on the flip side of that, we want to continue on with that same sort of poll. What's the music that you just will not ever listen to?
All right, bluegrass.
What is it? Country
Bluegrass.
music?
Bluegrass is like extremely country. It's like the origins of country, where country was born from, kind of. It's like the precursor to country. It's it's got a lot of banjo in it.
Banjo.
It's like
Cotton Eye Joe, I've been married long time ago. When
Yeah,
that type of shit.
yeah, I can't deal with that, and I'm not a big fan of electronic music. Like not all electronic music, but like in specific, like early 2000s techno. Not a fan of that. But other than that, I listen to pretty much anything. I mostly listen to hip hop. Like if you put any of my playlists on, it's going to be all rap, but there might be a little bit of like rock mixed in there.
What's
Yeah,
so
man.
as far as rock? What do you listen to?
I don't know. I like good guitar riffs, so it's not like really like it's older stuff. Like I had Chevelle in my playlist. I have Disturbed in my playlist. I listened to a little bit of Limp Bizkit in the early 2000s for a minute or whatever. So like it's let's see. Let me open up, see what I got here, to be honest with you. I listen to so much different stuff though. Like I got Hall and Oates on my phone. I got like the OJs, the Temptations, old Motown stuff. Like I got an appreciation for that kind of music. I used to like some R&B, probably mid 2000s to early 2010s.
So 2010, is that your favorite era of music?
Nah, bro. I mean, I feel like my music taste has evolved over the years. Like I like different stuff in different eras. Like when I was in middle school and high school, I was on like a Biggie, Pac, Jada Kiss, The Locks. Then like high school, I got into the Diplomats. I was a big Dipset fan. I like Beanie Siegel, Freeway. Um, After that, I mean, I transitioned into like I'll say probably Lil Wayne. After that was probably one of my favorites for a while. Then Ti. I mean, I don't know. I'm all over the place with the type of music I like as far as hip hop. It's not just like one area. Like I like New York stuff sometimes. I like down south rap sometimes. I like the Chicago drill. You know what I mean? New York drill's alright. Like
Yeah, that's funny because you mentioned that because I was just that's exactly what I was about to head to. 2010, the emergence of drill, kind of, but not in general because you figured Chief Keef popped out and win. Like he
man,
wasn't that long, but
when did Sosa drop? That was like when he got big.
yeah. But what I'm getting into is did UK create drill music?
I don't know if I can get down with the UK dude though. Like as far like they can rap. I'm not saying anything about their skills. It just sounds funny to me because I haven't like heard people talk like that before.
Well, I'm talking about just as far as the beat, the
Right?
tempo and the key, and the drum patterns. Did the UK create drill music? And if we think about just the beat, so like you said, and that's an interesting point because it's the voice, right? So the accent, that we're not used to, and I think that's what throws it off. But I'm gonna pull up just a beat so we can listen to what a UK drill beat would sound like. So I'm gonna mute up here in StreamYard, and who's ready to hear some UK drill beat? We just gonna vibe. This is gonna be the vibe session. This is the music session, the music portion. We didn't get into any really, history or this, but we gonna vibe. So roll up, light up. If you with us from YouTube, shout out to the YouTube team. Zaza, I see y'all. Jay, what up? Ray, what up? DJ, what up? John, what up? Much love to y'all, man. Thank you for rocking with us. If you with us from Twitch, King Mike, Oba, Elway, thank you for rocking with us, man. Instagram, Facebook, thank you for rocking with us. Roll up. Get ready to light up. We're going to vibe to some UK drill beats. And then y'all tell me in the comments, is it the accent that throws you off? Or do you hear no difference when you're just looking at the beat? Do you rock with the beat? Is it fire? That's what we want to know. So we're going to get into it, man. Let me know when y'all ready, man. Roll up, light up. We're going to vibe to some UK drill beat. Hold on. All right, gang. Y'all ready? Y'all ready? All right, man. Let's share the screen. Yeah, them boys outside, man. Much love, man. It's the vibe session, man. Thank you for rocking with us, man. Much love. Catch us each weekend, 11 p.m. Eastern every Saturday, man. It's the Calm Show, community art, literature, and music, man. And I got my co-host with me, 703. I got Team Zaza with me. I got the gang with me.
That shit is definitely drill. For sure.
Now, when you hear that beat, just the beat, nobody rap it on it. That shit could be New York, Chicago, they created them beats. They started making those beats. I think they made them early 2000s, and they really took off in like 2000. So I don't know when Sosa dropped. Let me see. But I think Young Chop was pretty much learning how to use that style of beat from them. Sosa dropped in. When the fuck did he drop? Release date. Here we go. 2012. Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
That's right around where I said it was. Yeah, I remember that shit dropping.
Yeah. And the UK they really started taking off for their beats in 2010. So Young Chop was watching and learning, and he, so that's where I think that's where the emergence of drill came from. It came from the UK. And it's funny how we so used to Chicago and New York now, right? That we just like, nah, we don't want to hear them. We don't want to hear that rap, but it's them that created it.
Elway in the chat said, Elway in the chat said, African drill be lit too.
African drill?
I don't know. I never heard no African drill, but we might as well check it out. Let's give the people what they want.
Who's a good storyteller? You said I do that. Oh, Biggie? Oh, Biggie. Oh, yeah, he did have a lot of sus lyrics. That's right. At the University of Virginia, A.D. Carson, PhD. Okay. I got to check that out, man. Shabuzi, he's one of the only on Google where his page is interactive.
Hey, you know what's funny about Shabuzi? He's from the town I live in.
Who the hell is that? Who's Shabuzi? What is that?
He had like a big song. What's the name of that song?
Is that his name? What is it?
He's a music artist. The Shabuzi's his name. I guarantee you've heard it. You've heard the song though. Everybody's heard the song.
Yo, I got y'all a coupon code if you wanna get some genetics for the low. Make sure you visit ZazaGenetics.com. Use code Team Zaza. Oh no, I'm sorry. Com Show. The Com Show. Use code Com Show for 30% off. On top of the already like, I don't know how much.
50% off probably already.
Yeah, it's like more. So take advantage.
Come steal you some genetics, please.
Yeah, right. You only get one use per customer, so take advantage. And then always, catch us at acinfinity.com with code Team Zaza that give you a discount, 15% off at checkout, man. So make sure y'all follow that, man. Yeah. And y'all want to go out with some African drill?
Right, let's see what the chat's talking about, man.
What y'all think, chat?
Yeah, oh yeah, everybody getting tipsy. What?
Damn, I gotta catch up with the comments.
Yeah, that's what Elway had said.
Hades Throne is fire. Yeah, you know it. Much love to Hades Throne, man. I should have mentioned Hades Throne since there was some slight confusion on AC Infinity show. We mentioned Hades Throne on a show that was talking about new growers. So as I told them, they shouldn't have mentioned it on the show because it's not a strain that I promote for new growers. For that I use Boondocks Glue or Dead Ops. So, and that's because it has a really long flower time due to the land race influence, due to the parents being land races. So most land races have really long flowering times. And strains have been hybridized over years to accommodate indoor growers, right? And indoor situations. So they've been reduced in flower time. So a lot of hybrids, while land races are just typically longer flower times, they haven't been selectively bred for otherwise. So ultimately, we created a hybridized um, strain where you still have that landrace ancestry, but more modernized, just as much modernized influence as well. Not necessarily modern, but a UK cheese and a skunk number one. So those are more modernized strains, and it was hybridized to reduce the flowering time. So and it won like 10, 6, whole bunch of awards at the Trinidad Growers Cup. So, if you want a new grower, if you want a good strain to um, build a foundation with, Dead Ops is recommended. Like Auto Flowers, go for Boondock School.
And Dead Ups won the cup 2 years in a row in 2 different categories. Boondocks took a bunch of categories this year as well. I mean, if you know, you know. That's all I'm gonna say. Tap in. Use the
All right, so I
codes.
see a lot of this African drill videos, and since we wasn't really prepared, I don't want no copyright issues with the African drill music videos, man. Maybe we can review it. We'll do a little review.
Hey, don't even press it, man. We put down a good show. We're 2 hours and 20 minutes in. Catch us next week.
You see me, I'm tired, man.
Yeah.
I'm looking at the wrong camera. I'm over here looking at the wrong camera. Oh, you over here. What up?
Yeah.
Hey, man. I'm tired, man, but I'm here for y'all. I appreciate y'all. I love y'all. Follow the YouTube. Make sure you comment, like, subscribe on the YouTube channel. It helps me miss the algorithm, stay in the algorithm, man. Keeps me inspired to make a whole bunch of videos to stay ahead of the game, man. And shout out to the imitators, man. Shout out to the imitators, but don't follow the imitators. Follow the innovators, man.
Hey, often imitated but never duplicated.
Never duplicated. And like Smack said, they can copy the format, they can copy the style, but they can't copy respect, man. Can't copy respect, man. Much love to the gang, much love to Team Zaza, much love to the YouTube, the Discord. Meet us in Discord. Anything before we get out of here? 703, you want to rock with the people?
Nah, man. Thanks for joining us. I'm ready to get up out of here. It's been 2.5 hours. I'm ready to roll another joint.
Poppin' Seeds. What up, Poppin' Seeds? Limsey, what up?
We'll see y'all same time, same place next week.
Yeah, much love, man. Thank y'all for rocking with us, man.
He said,
Hit
him with it. Hit him with it.
Remember, it's QCE, quality, community, and education. We bring quality to this community through education. So much love. We out of here.